Hi there, it's Jamie from An Oregon Cottage, and I am going to share with you one of the best Christmas presents I gave to myself ever, and it's this Christmas gift wrapping system. I kind of stumbled upon it gradually, and then it was like a light bulb went off after one too many Christmases where I was spending hours at midnight trying to get everything wrapped. If you're anything like me, I think you're gonna love this. Okay, the three things you need to know about why you're even going to want to watch this is one thing is it's going to save you money, lots of money over the years, I promise. The next thing is it's going to save you time and stress, and not just time wrapping, which it will cut it down dramatically, but it also will spend time shopping for wrapping. You won't have to buy as much. And the third reason is you're going to reduce your waste a ton. You're going to keep a bunch of stuff out of the landfill, and then those pretty papers and ribbons that you liked, you can reuse them. They won't be gone after one season. This box is like a treasure box, and it holds all of our Christmas things. And I'm going to warn you, this is about 20 years old. I've been doing this system for a long time, but you would never know it to look at these boxes. Now, this storage box we got is pretty cool. I don't even know if they sell it anymore, but it's a curved, deep lid, so you can really fit a lot of boxes and bags in it, and it's really easy to lock. So this is one of my favorite systems for that, but any bin will work for storage. You'll see that I just store not just boxes, but I store like the bags, I store the tissue paper, everything like that. Then, if you can see, the boxes are just mixed in, and you use boxes that you can reuse and that fit inside each other. This was a set I bought one year, which is great. I'll share about that. But you can also just reuse boxes. This is the famous Nordstrom box. I actually just use this like this and don't even cover it. But inside of it, you can store your other boxes that are covered in the pretty wrapping paper. Inside of the boxes, I also store the tissue paper that I use and the ribbon for that box. So it literally is just a matter of opening the box, putting your gift in, putting the ribbon around it, and putting a tag on it, and you're done with that gift. I mean, that's like 2 minutes. It's really wonderful. Inside the box, I also store tags. I store the tags from year to year because our family names do not change. So one year we got some stamps and we made some pretty tags, and I put Merry Christmas on them and to and from. And so every year, this is Love Mom and Dad Nathan. Nathan gets this same one every year. Does he care? No, he doesn't care. And I'm not doing tags every year. So really, you keep your tags, you keep your ribbons, you keep your boxes, you keep your bags and wrapping paper, and even tissue paper. You keep a lot of stuff out of the landfill. So for this system, that you basically have 3 steps. The first I've shared with you. You have a box, a large bin that you keep everything in from year to year. The second thing is you want to really invest in a couple of things, sturdy boxes. And these are boxes with lids that do not go all the way down to the edge. If you know those like cheaper shirt boxes that you can get at Christmas time and they go all the way down to the edge, those aren't the best ones to, first of all, they're kind of flimsy, and second of all, they just cause more like going back and forth when they open on the paper, and so it doesn't last as long. So that's a tip about finding the boxes with just boxes that have smaller lids that go over them. So the reason that obviously you want a box with a lid is so you can wrap the lid separately, and I'm going to give you a tutorial about how to do that. It's super easy, and you just spend your time doing it once and you don't have to do it again. And I kid you not, this box here is probably 15 years old. So you want a good box, and you want sturdy wrapping paper. This was wrapping paper that was really thick, and I don't know if you have any kids that sell wrapping paper. That's how I got this, and typically it's really super thick. It's kind of expensive because it's a fundraiser too, but it's thick and you get something you like and you can reuse it. So you want a thick, sturdy wrapping paper, and you want good boxes that are really hardy and that have a smaller lip over the top that don't go all the way down. So once you have your sturdy boxes, your good wrapping paper, and they all coordinate in the colors that you want to see under your tree, and you've got your box, those are your bin, those are your 3 steps. Boxes, really good boxes with lids, wrapping paper, and your bin. I also want to mention that gift bags are part of it too. So collect gift bags that you really like and use them from year to year if they coordinate with yours. The other thing I wanted to mention is, I mentioned this before, if you find a set of boxes that you don't have to wrap, go for it. This is great. It's just a simple white with gold. And so I just use these as is. What I think is kind of fun to make it special is to use a fun tissue paper in the bottom of it. And then you just put your clothes or your gift or whatever in the tissue paper. And this one has the wrap that I want on it. So yeah, find boxes that coordinate, or wrap them to coordinate. Do whatever you have to do to get your boxes so that you can reuse them from year to year. Okay, there are a couple of rules that make this work the best. The first one I've kind of talked about is you want your boxes and your bags and your tissue paper all to coordinate. So if you want everything green, make sure you have greens and whatever other coordinate you want. The second one is the biggest one. This has to be in-house. It stays in your home. These are not the gifts you take to anyone. It's not the gifts, even if someone comes to your home and they're going to leave your home, you don't use these. These are for your immediate family. These are for kids, mom and dad. If grandma and grandpa come and they're okay, you just have to keep them in the house, and you have to tell everybody that the gifts are for staying in the house. It's sometimes awkward. You can provide other bags if they want to take something home in a bag, but you just want to make sure that when they get the gift with your carefully selected wrapping paper and tissue and bows, that it does stay in-house. So that's kind of the main rule, because otherwise you defeat the purpose. Okay, so how to get started in this system that's going to save you time, money, stress, and keep things out of the landfill. So in year one, what you want to do is just start collecting. Like I said, I collect it over time. If you have the funds and ability to be able to go and find things all in 1 year, go for it. Otherwise, just think about this as collecting over the next few years. It kind of helps too to see what kind of gifts you give. And I should mention that our family always had a 3-gift not really rule, but ideal to go by for Christmas. So we have stockings, and those have things that are just wrapped in regular paper that they can rip open. But then we have gifts under the tree, and they were 3 gifts. And one was usually clothes, another was books, and then a third one was something from their Christmas gift list that they wanted. So for 4 people in a typical family, that's 12 gifts under the tree. So we're not talking about a ton of boxes. I do have a little bit more than 12 because sometimes you need different sizes of boxes. So this I would use for like a gift card or something like that. And of course, bags help you to bridge those different size gifts too. And I like to use regular ribbons. The ones with the wire in it actually work best for going from year to year. They don't fall apart as easy, so you can keep them for a long time. The other thing in year one, and I kind of mentioned this before, but it's worth mentioning again, in the morning, Christmas morning, you want to make sure that everybody knows that these boxes do not get ripped open. The lids just come off, and then the ribbons and the tags and everything go back in the box, and they get set off to the side. After that, year 2, 3, 4, you're just collecting boxes, filling in what you need, maybe taking out some that didn't work. And I really try to keep all the boxes in this one bin. If it doesn't fit in the bin, I don't keep it because I don't want a lot of bins. The whole idea is to minimize. So I have one bin and everything fits in it. So make sure that whatever you get fits in your one bin, and that's kind of your limit to what you buy. Speaking of storing, after Christmas, you're going to want to fit everything back in your bin. And I wanted to show you these boxes too. These are kind of the main boxes. These are the ones that started me down this system because we were gifted some beautiful boxes for Christmas, and they were very sturdy, and I didn't want to just throw them away. This is see how you can fit all of them in there. So you can fit a bunch in there. This is one of those pretty boxes that you can get that are all set. You don't have to wrap them. And you can see down inside there, I just keep all the things. And this, believe it or not, this flat thing just fluffs right back up again. That's why I use the ribbon with the wire in it. And so littler boxes you can keep in in bigger ones, and then it's kind of like a little puzzle that you put together. And once you figure out how it works, then you can keep it like that for years to come. And I did want to mention this: if you sew or know anyone that sews, you can make gift bags and keep them in there. And those are great, especially when the kids are little and you have really awkward toys and stuff for them, then that kind of works well for that. Okay, that's it for my gift wrapping system, and I hope that it brings you as much joy as it has brought to our holiday season. Well, at least my holiday season. And be sure to follow the link below for how to wrap a box with a lid, because as you can see, it's kind of key to being able to get the coordinated look that you want, is to be able to find those sturdy boxes and wrap them. And so that tutorial is down below.